Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of It's Not Hard to Talk About, and I am honored to have a special guest here with me, Miss Shayla Maxie. Do you want to tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Hello, my name is Shayla Maxie. I am a graduate of Prairie View A&M University, and I am exploring my career.
Alrighty, and I am a graduate of Bethune-Cookman University, don't forget that, okay? In Daytona Beach, Florida, proud Wildcat. What is you guys' mascot?
Panthers.
Uh-oh, Proud Panthers, there you have it. And we are here to talk about one of those hard topics, which is STDs, okay? A lot of people are not comfortable with talking about STDs, especially in relationships, right? So go ahead and define what STD means.
Well, STD means a sexually transmitted disease or infection. So often people have a misconception that these are related to somebody who's dirty or who sleeps around. And it's just a lot of misconceptions and stuff that we need to clear up.
Oh, absolutely. And so when we say clear it up, we're talking about inner relationships, we're talking about one-night stands, we're talking about situationships, okay? We're even talking about marriages because a lot of people, be cheating in their marriage and things of that sort. If you're gonna step out on your boyfriend, your girlfriend, if you're gonna have a situationship or a one-night stand, you need to be tested, especially if you're doing that frequently. Don't you agree?
Of course.
So one of the questions that I wanted to ask is, why do you think people get offended when asked, when is the last time you've been tested?
I do believe that when somebody asks someone that question, they just feel as though they're getting targeted as, oh, you're a, you be around, you be out there in the street.
You're a thought.
Basically. So, and I'm just a little confused on why people get offended by it, because it's a serious situation. Because there are some STDs and STIs that you can, go to the doctor, get treated, but there are some that will stay with you for the rest of your life. And I just feel like it's very important to ask somebody that, because that means you want to take stuff in the next level.
Which one of those will stay with you for the rest of your life?
Herpes, AIDS, HIV.
So you want to be tested, especially if you're getting around. Like, it's not cool to have multiple partners, especially like I've met men personally that don't even want to use condoms.
Yeah, and it's like,
they're like, you didn't bring a condom? And I'm
what
like,
you
You should bring I promise you. And that makes me wonder, what is your sexual activity with other women?
Exactly.
Because you are not comfortable with using protection. What's that all about? Or just because I look clean, just because I look nice on the outside, that doesn't mean that I can't have an STD or STI, you said? What's an STI?
A sexually transmitted infection. So that's like chlamydia, stuff that can be cured, basically.
Stuff that can be cured. And stuff that you don't even want to deal with.
No.
Or even have to go to the doctor and take medication for. Because I think, not that it affects women's bodies more than men, but I think with women, because we're always paying attention to our bodies.
And our pH balance will tell us something. Let me just tell y'all.
Okay, tell
us.
Our
pH balance will tell us everything we need to know.
Exactly.
Even if it's not an STD, STI, some girls still get bacterial vaginosis. That means you done threw my pH balance off. Why you throwing my pH balance off? So that's like a whole nother situation that goes along with it, because when guys be like, oh, she's fishy, oh, she smells like fit. A lot of times that's bacterial vaginosis. That means something threw our pH balance off, and our pH balances can get thrown off easily.
Absolutely.
So what we drink, what we eat, panties,
women are very sensitive. I remember dating a guy, and I'm just gonna go there. I remember dating a guy that never liked to wash his hands after he went to the restroom. But then you want to take your finger and put it. You understand? And so when I used to bring that to his attention, wash your hands before you insert it into my vagina, he got really offended by that. And I'm not like, I wasn't trying to be like germophobia. It's just that we have to pay attention to our bodies.
It's so delicate.
And not be afraid to tell men, like, did you take a bath?
Did you clean up? Like,
because you had to drive here before you came to the house.
Exactly.
And then you had to touch the steering wheel.
And touch the door.
And they don't tell them what you touching, else you digging in your nose.
And then you want to...
Right.
No.
And this is all I'm saying. And what I mean by this is you want to put the finger in the vagina, or you want to play around the vagina area.
Then you want to get mad when your girl or whoever you're dealing with starts, smelling a certain way.
Smelling a certain
you threw
way.
Her pH balance off.
Now you mad because she smell fishy when your hands is dirty.
It's you.
Come on, let's talk about it. Because at the same time, we cannot be afraid to have these STD conversations. We can't be afraid to say, listen, your hands are dirty. Go wash your hands before you insert them inside of me.
Exactly.
Because there are germs all around the fingers.
Under your fingernails.
All of the above. And that's just like with men. I mean, if women don't brush their teeth, they don't rinse out their mouth, and you call yourself entertaining your guy, come on, oral sex, the infections. And then he go out there and sleep with somebody else, and now the germs just spreading. Come on, people. We gotta be able to have these tough conversations and talk about these things, because at the end of the day, it is your body.
Exactly. And it shouldn't even be like a tough subject. Like, it should just be something, it should be comfortable for everybody, because everybody's partaking in this stuff.
Right, exactly. So the other question is there a misconception from men that only loose girls spread STDs? Is that a misconception?
Yes, it definitely is, because y'all want to know a secret? Men are the ones spreading the most, because men do not have the same symptoms as females. Men can't detect STDs, STIs until months after they get it.
Wow.
But women, being that we have discharge and we have different things, it's fast. It's instant. We know something's different.
And we pay attention to our bodies.
Exactly. A smell,
instantly. You go to the restroom, it might be a funky smell. You be like, what's that?
What is that? You pee, everything. So girls know quicker, so they'll get tested faster. Guys don't know, so they're like, oh, I'm cool. Like, I'm not.
With that, yeah.
Exactly. And it just sits around the head, and you don't know until later on, whenever you start feeling like a burning sensation when you pee or something like that. And it's like, by that time, you done already went through about 4 or 5
chicks.
And now you done...
Now them 4 or 5 chicks going through 4 or 5 men.
And so, yes.
Listen, I don't want it. I don't want no parts of it. Get it together. Throw on a condom. Ask questions. Ladies and men.
Yes.
Ask questions.
Tell them yes. Tell them no. If there's no condom, no.
Period, point blank. And don't let them give you this, it don't feel the same. I can't feel nothing. Or even blame you like you got a loose vagina and he can't feel the walls or this, that. That ain't my problem.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
If you going in, you need a condom at the end of the day.
Yes, unless that is your partner and you get tested regularly and you can at least show each other the results where y'all both will be comfortable.
You know, I agree with that. I remember I was talking to someone who said, here's my results. He was a guy at that. He said, here's my results, where are yours? And I was like, ooh.
Exactly.
That made me go to the doctor and be like, okay, here's what my results. Because if something go down, right, you straight, I'm straight. So if something go down, I'm continuously be checking what's going on with Latavian. So you have to check what's going on with you, so we can figure out where this thing coming from.
Exactly, because it's from somebody. If 2 people tango in this, it's not a third person in the story. Unless you're third person.
Unless you're doing like a threesome tango. People be doing 4 and 5 some tangos.
Oh, Lord, they need to tango sit down. They need to stop dancing.
Girl, honey, it's serious out here. So, in a relationship, Shayla, how important is it to have these types of conversations? Let's start with in a boyfriend-girlfriend type of situation versus marriage and situationships.
Okay. So I do believe if 2 people are together, if in the beginning they don't really have the talk, I just feel like you should wear a condom either way until you are comfortable enough. Hopefully you'll be comfortable with somebody if you're in a relationship with them to have the talk. Okay, I'm not comfortable without seeing your results because I need to know, because I need to look out for my safety, because it affects women differently. Sometimes STDs will cause us to not have children. Stuff like that, scarring. Like this isn't like something, let me just go get, no, that's your life.
It's a whole livelihood.
Yes,
absolutely.
So I definitely feel as though in relationships, that should come first before you even have a relationship. And then if something turn left, you need to pack to the left,
To the left, to the left.
somebody got
Everything
this
you own
in
into
a
a
box to the left.
Hey, come on, talk about it. And so,
yeah.
what about marriages? Because I know a lot of people step out of marriage and they go have a one-night stand because they feel like their woman ain't giving them none, or their man not giving them none, and then they go into these one-night stands. You know, how important is it for men and or women in marriages to even wear condoms?
See, that is a very controversial topic because even if you're in a marriage, you should trust your partner so much. In some instances, we know that doesn't happen in some marriages. You should be able to trust your partner where you won't even have to worry about that. But when we start noticing things like pH balances all of a sudden getting thrown off, 15 years of marriage, my pH balance is getting thrown off for the first time.
Absolutely.
It's something weird going on, right?
Those are signs.
They're signs. Your body, females' bodies literally tell them what's going on after something sexual. So I just feel like if you so-called love your person or whoever you're with, you shouldn't even step out in the first place, because if that's the case, you might as well leave them, because now you're putting not only yourself in jeopardy, but the like whoever's with you, basically,
in jeopardy as well.
Yes,
absolutely. And think about that. Nothing that you go through in life is so serious that you gotta. I mean, if you're married, stay within your marriage. If you decide to cheat, wear a condom.
Leave.
Like, it's really, or just leave.
Because if I find out you get left anyway, so you might as well just
you know I'm gone, honey. Been gone, out the door gone.
Get it started.
Absolutely. So that's really where we want to go with that conversation. Stay home or leave. Like, why even bother, entertaining these additional relationships and putting yourself as well as your wife in jeopardy,
kids.
Or your husband.
If you got kids, that's even worse, because I'm taking the children.
Come on.
We all leaving.
Talk about
and
it.
The dog.
And you got to pay us. You got to pay all of us at the end of the day.
You ain't gonna have nothing.
Cheddar cheese. Okay, so the other question is, where can people get tested? I know a lot of people, some people don't have insurance. Some women, when they sit down to pee or smell, they ignore those signs until it gets to a point, right, where the infection is like uncurable, and or you got to take so much medication to be able to get back to normal. So are there free clinics out there that people can reach and not have to be concerned with an insurance issue?
Yes, actually, Planned Parenthood. If you don't know anything about Planned Parenthood, they're just basically a clinic for women. They take care of birth control, take care of STDs, abortions, just stuff for women. It's a women's safe zone. And so I know they have stuff and programs like payment plans and stuff where they don't take insurance. You can easily get screened there. You can actually just have it as your regular doctor's office if you don't have it. It's just very important to get checked if you can.
So that's a lot of information for women, but where can men go to be tested for STDs?
Okay, even though Planned Parenthood has a lot of stuff for women, men are also included in that, especially for STDs. Everybody who needs help, they help. So Planned Parenthood is your number one. The second one would be finding like a stand-up clinic. You're probably gonna have to pay a little bit costly. That's why I say Planned Parenthood is the best option if you do not have insurance. And if you do have insurance, the best place is your doctor's office.
Absolutely. Simple. And don't be afraid, both men and women, don't be afraid to get yourselves checked. This is a very important topic. STDs are real. HIV is real.
Herpes
is real. That stuff will tear up your body. And for women, you may be young, because Shayla, you're like 22. So if, say for instance, someone is just 22, 25, 30, 40, and you just are living this lifestyle, you all over the place, and then by the time you get to 35 or whatever, and you want to have kids and can't.
Yeah, that's one of the scariest things that people don't realize. Like, okay, it's fine. You have a new partner, get tested, because if you don't and you get an STD that doesn't have symptoms until 4 or 5 months later, and now your ovaries are scarred. So it's kind of like you need that layer of protection. It's a touchy subject right now. Hopefully it'll get easier to talk about, but right now you need to ask, because as a woman, That will mess up everything.
Absolutely. What about men? Can they get scarring too? And can they?
Nope.
You see that, right?
The worst thing a man can get is herpes, HIV, AIDS, stuff like that, because that just won't go away.
Isn't that something? So it won't affect their, really?
Nope.
That is, so keep that in mind when you lay down next time, okay? With multiple partners or situationships. Yeah. I get it. Quarantine, a lot of people was lonely. Right? A lot of booty calls during quarantine. I get that, but please be safe.
Just be safe. Like, you're playing a dangerous game. Everything about sex is dangerous. Everything. Every little corner turn.
I like it.
So, if you're going to play a dangerous game, at least gear up for it.
Gear up for the dangerous games. Yes. And that's your word for today. Talking about STDs, having those very important conversations in relationships, not being afraid to ask someone, when is the last time you've been checked?
Ask.
Okay, if you are in a marriage, don't sleep around, just leave. That
leave
was
to the left.
To the left. Or if you're in situationships, please make sure you strap up. I would not lay down anywhere personally.
Yes, no.
You know, I have to be in a committed relationships because I'm going to pop off.
Yeah, pop off. Your whole car gonna be on the back side.
The car gonna be on you. As a matter of fact. I'll be so mad, Shayla.
You gonna wake up and you gonna be in the back seat and I'm be driving.
That they'll be on you, okay? Because I'm not doing it. Because I feel I had to tell someone this, a guy. I feel like with women, before we have sex, right, in a relationship, we get ourselves cleaned up. We go take a bath, right?
The scrubs.
But you come and you smelling like, right? Baby, I don't think it's fair that I cleanse my entire body, but you all over the place because you just want to stick.
Exactly, and then 3 minutes.
3 minutes, then you're mad. Now you really mad at the end. Girl,
now you gotta get out.
Now you 3 minutes, and then you gotta ask me.
You dirty? I'm mad.
At the end of the day, no, baby.
Yeah.
Now you
coming down with me.
You coming down. You really gonna get got. Listen, Shayla, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for bringing this topic to our attention because we definitely need to have those conversations. All right?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime, guys. Shayla Maxie, everybody. Make sure you subscribe and share
below.